So hi, welcome back guys, and today is the second lecture of the series of animal diversity lectures, and today I am going to discuss about the biological classification and the concept behind the species. So guys, this is much more again the introductory lecture, and I am now going to discuss terminologies here again. That terminology will be important, and that is directly asked in the examinations like CSIR, NEET and GATE. So this becomes very important to know the terminologies behind the taxonomy that I said yesterday. So let's talk about the third thing, that is the part of the taxonomy. Two things we have discussed, the identification and the nomenclature. The third thing which is left is the classification. Suppose you have given the name to the plant that you have found yesterday. Suppose this plant you have found yesterday, that is virtual thing that I have discussed in the last lecture. So this is the virtual thing, virtual plant you have found and gone to the what? The botanical garden. So botanical garden scientist says that this is a new plant to me and new plant to also you obviously, and the higher authorities, higher मतलब botanical garden वालों के लिए वो नया है. अब क्या होता है कि this new thing, the thing which you have found is approved new by all the authorities, and now this is called the specimen over which the taxonomical studies are done. So specimen is the organism, either plant or animal, is the organism which is found and over which the studies, taxonomical studies specifically I'll say, is done. So guys, this specimen is now of different types. Suppose scientist says that this is a specimen over which I'm going to do this taxonomical studies, and I'll classify and I'll give the name over and describe the specimen basically. So what happens, this specimen is now called the holotype. So if we are going to study different types of specimen, so specimen type, or you can say the nomenclature type, specimen type or nomenclature type may be of different types, and that is, it is very important. You must remember these names because these are directly asked in the examination. In the matching type you will find lactotype, isotype, neotype, and all the types you will find, and then what happens, there you have to match the things and match the things properly. So what happens, holotype, what is holotype? Holotype is the specimen, the main specimen you will say, over which the taxonomical studies are done, or the description is done on the specimen. The actual specimen on which the description is done or the classification is done, characterization is known as the holotype. The same holotype, suppose what happens, this holotype is missing or anything. Suppose you have gone to the garden again and you have found the second same plant you found. Then what happens, that plant is known as isotype. Isotype means the holotype or specimen, original specimen, found in the same population, on the same place, by the same person. So that is called the isotype. What? Isotype. Holotype was the first premier specimen, the first thing, the first organism or plant you have found. The second one is the isotype, and the third thing becomes the lactotype. What is lactotype? Lactotype is now the specimen. Suppose what happens, holotype is now suppose is missing, and what happens, you have given to the zoological garden. What happens, they did not publish the data of this, and what happens, you are asked to find the new specimen. So this specimen, in case of not published data of that specimen, or you can say the holotype is missing, then the lactotype come into existence. So lactotype is something, the holotype or specimen, which is seated in absence of what? Holotype. So now the third terminology is neotype. See, neotype and lactotype are two different things, and that is actually confused many times. So what happens, neotype is something which comes into existence in the loss or destruction. Suppose you have lost the holotype, then the neotype comes into existence. The same are the specimen of the same organism that you have found in the garden, but what, they are different in their characteristic. So first characteristic, again revise this, holotype is the main, that the first premier thing you have found. Second one, you have collected that thing in the same place and at in the same place and the same species, then it is a holotype. ठीक है. अब third thing is leptotype. Leptotype is something, suppose the holotype is missing, you have no record that it has been lost, but what, it is missing only, not lost. Here it is lost and or destroyed. Here no report of lost or destruction, but only missing. So missing thing comes into leptotype, and new type में the lost or destroyed thing. So these are the 4 important terminologies. You should write the definition of these things. These come into matching type question in the CSIR और NEET exam और GATE में तो आते ही हैं. So guys, अब बात करेंगे, we will discuss the taxonomical hierarchy. What is taxonomical hierarchy? अब in the biological classification, the main important thing is to categorize this specimen into different categories. So what happens? We have 2 different things. Suppose a category, or the third is the taxon. Remember, taxon I have discussed yesterday, and I have said that I will discuss now today. So what happens here, and I will give an example side by side, and will give my best to explain you guys. So first thing, category. Category is taxonomical category actually. Taxonomical category is something which is a rank. So you can say taxonomical category or rank. Rank means in the hierarchy. Suppose you have to reach a village in Uttarakhand. Suppose you are going to go to the Kathgodam. Kathgodam is Uttarakhand. So what happens? First you will search of the state UK, how to reach UK, Uttarakhand, and then you will think that how will I go to the district? That is district is the Haldwani. So how will you go Haldwani? Right? Then you will come to the Kathgodam, and Kathgodam, suppose you are going to go to the village, suppose Pancholi, then you will go to the Pacholi. So what happens? This is a hierarchy. First you will come to the state, then to the district, then to the block, then to the village. So this type of hierarchy is seen in the what? In taxonomy also. So what happens? Now see. Taxonomical hierarchy has different ranks. These are what? These are the ranks. Ranks are nothing but the steps in which you can say the categories in which the different taxons are here. What is taxon? Taxon is, I have said yesterday that the taxon is the group of individuals at a rank. Suppose there are 7 ranks in general, main important rank. Otherwise there are like 20, more than 20s. But there are 7 main ranks. Suppose the first one, which is kingdom, then the phylum or division. Phylum in case of animal, as you all know, and division in case of plant. Division in case of plant. Then comes into existence class, order, family, and genus, not and but species also. Okay. So guys, what happens? These are taxonomical ranks. 7 important taxonomical rank in the taxonomy. So the 2 important questions which I'll say to remember is that if you will go downward, then what happens? The characteristics or the similarities between the organisms what increases? Similarity increase. NEET guys, please remember this thing. But at the same time, if you will go below the rank, means at the lowest point species, what happens? The number of individuals obviously will reduce. So the number of individuals in the rank species will be less than obviously the kingdom. So these 2 things you will remember. These 2 things you will remember. This decreases and this increases. So guys, अब बात करेंगे किंगडम में जितने भी ऑर्गेनिज्म आए, that will be what? Taxon. अगर किंगडम suppose Animalia, I'll say all the animals are at the same taxon, that is kingdom. Again, insecta class, all the insects will be at the rank class. So guys, class is the hierarchy में taxonomic category, and all the animals which is in the taxonomical rank kingdom or this thing, that are the taxa. Different taxa. Taxa is the plural, I see. So different taxa have different what animals. So now let's talk about an example to understand this, the hierarchy system. So suppose we are going to classify what, the housefly. Suppose, as you all know, housefly is what, insect. It is very easy to classify, so I am going to classify this. So सबसे first thing will be this thing, kingdom will be Animalia. Animalia, why? Because it is animal. Or plant होगा तो that. There are only two kingdoms, that is plant and animal, which is important, like in for plants and animal. Otherwise there are 5. If you will go to the classification system, yeah, this is very important. Now I'll discuss the classification system here. So what happens? There's the main important classification which is existing today is the Whittaker classification. That is 5 kingdom classification, in which plant, animal, algae, fungi, and protista. These 5 things are there. And Wu's classification, which is also trending, is the 6th kingdom classification, which Archaebacteria is in the separate group. So guys, Animalia is the kingdom here for the what? Housefly. Then what will be the phylum? Phylum. So phylum will be Arthropoda. Now I am not going to waste time in like stopping and asking. I'll just write. Class will be what? Obviously Insecta. Subclass will be Hexapoda. Order here will be Diptera. Family will be Macidae. Remember that this EAE, need guys, please attention. EAE, जहां पर भी this EAE means E comes, then that will be the family. Always. So this is asked many times in the genus will be Musca and species will be Domestica. So guys, this is the classification for what? This housefly. So guys, इसी तरह you can do for many different things. Practice the biological name, remembering the biological names and classifications. If possible, for 5-6 things which is important for NEET, you can guys remember that. The first one is the housefly. NCERT में जो भी है, that is very important. Just go and रट्टा मार लो. So guys, housefly की classification के बाद we will just now go to the discussion part for the species. अब बात करेंगे. So here 2 important question for the NEET guys and also for the ICMR person or anything. The scientist name is asked many times. Who discovered the species and who discovered the genus, the term. The term species was given by John Ray, and species was discovered by, the concept of species was given by Ernst Mayr, but the term was given by John Ray. Genus, the term genus was given by Tournefort. Tournefort is important. Tournefort given the term genus. So guys, these 2 are very important. Just write it down and remember. So now come to the second important topic, that is the biological species. What are the species actually? So species, if I'll say species, अगर मैं आपसे एक लेमन में पूछूं, what will you say? You will say कि different species are different in characteristics, morphological. You will first point out the morphological thing. So guys, morphological things are secondary here in taxonomy. The main important things comes into existence is the reproductive and genetic things. So if you are going to have the concept of species, you have 3 things that you are going to keep in the mind. First one is the phenetic, or you will say the phenotypic or morphological thing. So first concept becomes the morphological concept of species, where you are going to just compare the organism and see what are the characteristics similar in both the organism, then you will say that these are the different. But this has a very big disadvantage, so this is not like in common use. So the second one is the reproductive thing. Reproductive means if they are going to do intercourse and give the child, then they are said to be in the same species. And the third important thing is the evolutionary thing. Evolutionary thing again here is the important but not much, because as you all know, the most common species concept which is used is the biological species concept. So there are three species concept: morphological or phenetic. What happens here? Only phenotypes are compared. Second is the evolutionary, and third is the biological species concept. So guys, only things which you have to remember in these two are, first thing here it is the phenotypic basis of a species concept, and here it is the genotypic basis of species concept. And here what happens, it was given by Simpson. The main important thing you have to remember here is the given by Simpson. So George Simpson was first who have given the evolutionary species concept. But the biological concept is only dependent on what? Reproductive isolation or interbreeding, you can say. So guys, reproductive isolation is nothing but what happens, suppose if there are two organisms, I'm not going to talk about here species, but I'm going to give the example of two organisms, suppose A and B. What happens if this A and this B is going to mate and give the organism C, but the C, suppose, then what are they? They will be the reproductively not reproductively isolated, or you can say the reproductively overlapping. What happens? They intercourse and they will give the child birth. So species A and species B are two different species which is going to give birth to the seed. So this is not in the biological concept. Biological concept says the two species are in the two organisms are the same species if they are what? They are going to mate and give the birth to the child after interbreeding, then they are said to be in the same species. If I say in the layman language that the two organisms if are mating and giving the child birth, then what happens? They are the same species, nothing else. So what happens here? Reproductive isolation is the main important thing which is very important to remember. So guys, here comes the concept of cryptic species. Cryptic species, or you can say the sibling species. Sibling species, very important question, very important. Cryptic species and sibling species are those organisms which are very similar morphologically, but genetically they are not. What happens in evolutionary species? They are going to be the ancestor and descendant relation. Here ancestor and descendant relation are the main parameter which is analyzed. But in cryptic what happens? This is the contraindication of this thing. So the biological concept has been emerged. What happens? Cryptic or sibling species says the two morphological things, two morphological animals are such similar that they cannot be distinguished that they are to the true species. Then they will be the cryptic species or sibling species. Go through the examples. There are many examples and please go through it. So guys, अब बात करेंगे कि after this much of knowledge, you must have heard that the subspecies term. What is subspecies and race? Race is the common term which is synonymously used for the subspecies, but it is used exclusively for the humans. Humans में race होते हैं, बाकी में race नहीं होती. So subspecies is the very important term, very important concept to understand. So subspecies has three characteristics. The first one is endemic. आजकल तो पेंडेमिक ही चल रहा है भाई, तो सब पेंडेमिक ही सोच रहे हैं. तो endemic is something which is restricted to a local geographical area. Suppose कोई एक subspecies है that is restricted to the local area which is peculiar to that subspecies. So a subspecies has a local origin, local geographical area in which they survive, or you can say the niche. So the second thing is it has spatial phenotype, or you can say the spatial organ or any modification morphological is found in the subspecies. This is the second important thing which you will find that. And the third thing, they are not, the most important thing it is, not reproductively isolated. So guys, these subspecies of a species is not reproductively isolated. मतलब what? If you are going to have a dog species, suppose different dog subspecies variant, and what happens? They will mate with each other and give the child. This is the benefit the people are doing. What they are doing? They are just giving the random mating between the dogs, different dog subspecies, and so we have the Pomeranian and different types of subspecies of the dog. So subspecies concept understand करने के लिए you have to keep in mind the dog का example. ठीक, तो dog is restricted to something. Suppose Australian dog अलग होंगे, American dog अलग होंगे. They are restricted to different geographical range, geographical area. So subspecies concept has only this thing. Now there are three main important, or you can say two important things here, the terminology which you have to remember, and it is very much asked in the examination, are the monotypic and polytypic species. Very simple, but the only thing is you have to just एक बार जान जाओ तो हमेशा याद रहे. Monotypic species has only one subspecies. If more than one subspecies are having in the species, then it is the polytypic species. Polytypic species has more than one species, and monotypic has only single species. Polytypic example dog, you all know, and hyacinth is the example of monotypic species. Hyacinth bird, and it is the example of monotypic species. So guys, hope you have enjoyed the video, and I have given the best effort to learn. So please guys, subscribe to my channel, like and share, and all the needy ones will enjoy the video. And I am going to cover the lecture of the animal diversity in like 16 to 20 hours, and it will be 30 to 40 classes, no, 40 to 50 classes in between. Like 48 classes are given in the Telegram group, and it will be like 48 classes, but that will be of 16 to 20 hours of time. So 16 से 20 घंटे में you will be prepared for your core data and non-core data, basically, and protozoan also. And at the last thing, I have given the advanced topic like threatened animals for the like endangered animal, or you can say who are going to just go and leave us from the environment. So these are the very special topics you will enjoy at the last moment of the lecture series. So guys, please subscribe to my channel, and please guys share this video to everyone so that they can join the class. So guys, thank you so much for the attention, and thanks guys.